Why do we have to have an advanced degree in cartography to read a map when you're really just trying to cheat geographically and geometrically? That's ridiculous.
I'm not a lawyer like the commissioner, but imagine the people who do this for a living fighting racial gerrymandering. They are chomping at the bit to get in here and sue Tarrant County.
They're doing it now because they fear the voice of the voters.
We don't have a map crisis. Somebody invented this.
This is the first time I'm really hearing Hispanic and brown voices, as I was at Commissioner's Court and not a single black or brown person stood up for redistricting. It must mean if you're Hispanic and rich, it is okay.
What data did you guys use to draw these maps?
I said there's not going to be back and forth. I didn't say nobody had questions. I just said this is for our chance to hear from y'all. We want to continue to hear from you. So please continue. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I'd love to hear what you have to say. Precinct 1 in our county, on your maps, and almost all of them, is going from being 60% minority to almost 80% minority. Does that not count as racial packing? If he answers questions, he might lose the lawsuit.
Just because it's okay in the law and it happens all the time and everybody does it and that's fine. That doesn't make any sense. Slavery was a law, like it was fine for like 100 years. And we're up here like, hey guys, it's okay.
I'm not gonna sit down and shut up for Matt or for Tim O'Hare.
3 members of the court want to silence voters of color and gain more power for themselves just in time for the 2026 election.
Tarrant County is changing, and we are tired of the white and Christian extremism here.
What we are witnessing is a calculated power grab.
You're not looking for fair, you're looking for silence.
The result is to take communities of color and pack them into one commissioner precinct to give them less of a voice on the commissioner's court.
There is no new data to justify the shift. There is no public demand for this.
This is a pattern of voter suppression.
To support these maps, you are building systemic racism.
This is about power, fairness, and who gets a seat at the table.
The only thing that you're really good for is trying to push the 10 Commandments onto anything you can get your hands on. Thou shalt not steal. Does that ring a bell for you? So why are you trying to steal and dilute the voting power of minority voters in Tarrant County?
I don't have to be a Christian to care about my neighbor, to be generous and kind. You'd actually be really lucky to have me as a neighbor. Colorblindness is an erasure of the lived experiences of people of color and not the opposite of racism.
Y'all can say it isn't racism, the courts disagree. Just because you have a black neighbor doesn't make this less racist.